Welcome back to the ACB Wrestling Talk channel, your main source for wrestling news and wrestling discussions. I'm, of course, your host, Alexis Carrillo, and let's get into some wrestling talk. This past Wednesday night, NXT made their official debut and made their permanent move to the USA Network official, as well as they air the first hour of their brand new 2-hour broadcast live from Full Sail University on the USA Network. Obviously, due to the fact that the USA Network has a few premiere episodes of one of their hit series airing during NXT's second hour for this past Wednesday and next Wednesday, WWE fans only get the first hour of NXT on the USA Network for now, because, October 2nd is such a key date for professional wrestling. AEW debuts their weekly show, and of course, their weekly show is going to be 2 hours, and the first 2-hour broadcast for NXT on the USA Network is going to be just that, October 2nd. So obviously, WWE has plans to counter-program AEW's weekly television show on TNT. Now, in terms of the viewership that NXT garnered for this past Wednesday night during the first hour, they kind of did about half of Raw and SmackDown's average viewership, which is good, which is not good. It's great, especially for a product like NXT, which is pretty much for the hardcore wrestling fan, for that very obsessed with WWE audience that's been subscribing to the network to watch NXT. Now they get the chance to watch it on the USA Network, and they get to tune in on that channel, and thus they get 1.1, almost 1.2 million viewers for their first broadcast on the USA Network. Again, this is an awesome viewership for a show like NXT, which, regardless of the fact that, it's pumped out and it's powered by the machine that is WWE, it is still relatively unknown, and not every single show that WWE has gets this kind of push, gets this kind of audience. For example, if you were to do the same with 205 Live, it'd be a little bit different. I doubt that you would get a little bit over 1 million viewers for the show, but NXT is on such a high note every single week. They are such on par with the level that us hardcore wrestling fans want wrestling to be, that sometimes they have to tune in. And of course, what happened on Wednesday night? Roderick Strong defeated the Velveteen Dream to become the NXT North American Champion and pretty much establish NXT as, quote-unquote, an alternative to Raw and SmackDown Live, because not only does the Undisputed Era now hold all the gold in NXT, but now you have a stable, now you have a group like the Undisputed Era on top of NXT, on top of WWE's developmental brand, something you do not have on Raw or SmackDown Live. So that changes things a little bit, trying to tell people, hey, NXT is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be the same Raw and SmackDown run-of-the-mill. You're going to get something different. You're going to get what you want. And apparently they're giving us just that. Another surprise from last Wednesday night's NXT broadcast, NXT's premiere on the USA Network, was the fact that we had superstars from NXT UK. Among them, I believe the NXT UK champion Walter made an appearance with along with other NXT UK superstars. Again, gotta be honest with you, don't really follow NXT UK that much per se, but that's pretty much establishing it that NXT is going to be pumped up by the current NXT roster, the current NXT UK roster, and the 205 Live roster. So they're not going to have any shortage of talent in their quote-unquote Wednesday night wars against AEW. Speaking of AEW, they also made an announcement, and the fact is that now their Wednesday night weekly TV show that's going to start airing on October 2nd on TNT, now it has an official title. It has an official name. It's going to be called Wednesday Night Dynamite. Wednesday Night Dynamite. AEW Wednesday Night Dynamite. Again, it's just a name. It won't be the be all end all of the brand, of the company, of the style that is AEW, but it's a start. You know, they're trying to send a message with this name, Dynamite. Let's see if they can be successful once they make their debut. And again, let's see how much NXT's viewership changes once AEW Dynamite debuts on TNT and they start battling amongst each other for the wrestling audience on cable television. So with that said, what do you think? Did you enjoy NXT's broadcast? What did you think about NXT's debut on the USA Network? Do you think that their viewership is awesome, kind of like me, or do you think they could have done better? And what are you expecting once AEW and NXT start facing off in these Wednesday night wars that are very, very imminent? Leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions on the comment section below. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you dislike this video, hit the dislike button. That's it for me. Till next time.